Log on. Welcome in. Free flight for life. Welcome in. Welcome in. Everybody doing? Thanks for being here. It is 6 o'clock, also known as 1800 Pacific Standard Time. That's right. 1800 Pacific Standard Time. We are going to share out the live and then we'll be right with you guys, okay? Um, dun, dun, dun. All right. Thanks everybody for being here. Sean, thanks for being here. I'm going to share out the live real quick and then we're going to start rocking and rolling. Okay. So if you just give me 1 sec here. Thank you everyone for sharing the live. Thank you for tapping that screen. Thank you for the comments, guys. You know that helps us get in the FYP page. I have just been notified today that in the community guidelines and the rules of TikTok, we cannot say, the U word. We can't say that anymore. So just say blank, okay? Otherwise, we will not make it into the FYP. So that's a new rule we can't do anymore. I think that they're just trying to see how far they can take it. How much will we comply? How much will we follow their rules, right? Because we gotta follow their rules. Man, it's so important, isn't it? People are silly to me. I don't understand control. I guess I never will. I'm just not down with it. Hey, thank you in the live down there. Sean doing that. Excuse me 1 second. I just put some eye drops in, so I'm trying to navigate my eyes, guys. Give me a second. All right. That's weird. My mom gave me like this spicy eye drop. Have you guys ever heard of spicy eye drops? What a trip, huh? So, Truckers Unite now. Let's go. Trucking the USA Today over on Facebook. Let's go. WeTheTruckers.com. Let's go. Just so everybody knows, we are live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X. So if here on TikTok, if you guys see me doing this right here, like talking like this, I'm talking to everybody on YouTube. I'm trying to do it more. I talk to everybody and look in the camera for both. So if you see that, that's what we're doing. And YouTube, X, and Facebook, if you see me looking over here like this, I'm talking to the great folks over here on YouTube. So thanks so much for being here, everybody. I really appreciate you. I love you guys. You guys are great. This is a trucking show. We are freelance journalists in America. We are trucking advocates that are here for small carriers and truck drivers, but mostly. But we are also here for the woman cashier at the truck stop, the people cleaning the showers. Oh my gosh, Leviticus right out the gate. Dude, that is so awesome. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you. Leviticus is always hooking us up over here. Thank you, brother, for your support. We really appreciate that. Thank you. So what we do here is we just solve the America's problems here together. What we are trying to accomplish is to build a team. As you can see, we're building a team. Let me drop this down a little bit. There we go. We are building a team of like-minded individuals, critical thinkers, right? Trust but verify, facts over feelings. Thank you. Yeah, you do, Leviticus. Leviticus says, I support you, driver. Thank you, brother, and I support you also. You guys are great, man. What we're all building here, this includes you, the person that's watching. We are building something greater than ourselves, something that's great. You know what I mean? Like America 2.0 version. It's not about us, it's about all of you, right? And for all of you, if you think that way about other people, it's not about yourself, it's about other people. We can get this done. We can unite. So I have a couple announcements for everybody here. Once again, we have to say this. Well, we don't have to say this, but we are freelance journalists, trucking advocates here for you guys. And everything we say here is for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only, okay? Please fact check everything that is being said to you. And I do mean that 1000%. If you hear it here, please go check and see what we're saying is true. And the reason we say to do that, it's not because we are lying. We're not lying, but we are finding the facts in other places. What we want is for you to go do the research yourself and find the truth yourself. We want you to be informed citizens that go and look for the truth yourself. You're not just believing blindly what people are telling you, but you are looking for the truth. You are looking for both sides so that you can have an informed decision. That's the only way to do it. That's what our forefathers did. That's what everybody does, to find the truth. Mike, welcome in. Leviticus, of course, welcome in. Let's see who else. Flying Jets, dude, that was cool. I'm gonna have to pull that up after the live. Thank you, Leviticus. That was awesome. All right, let's see. All right, we already got 3 beautiful souls in the house. Let's see. All right. Today is a celebration of unity. Just so everybody knows, today is a celebration of unity. We're going to talk about unity a lot on the show tonight because that's what it's all about. It's about everyone getting together right now, tonight at midnight. Tonight at midnight. It is the last day for the commenting period on fmcsa.org, which is the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. It's the last day to pull up your comments. So I hope that everybody's going to go and be a free person and get that done. Yeah, Sean, welcome in. How you doing?
Oh, beautiful, beautiful day.
Very beautiful day indeed. So do you know it at midnight tonight? Is that Pacific or Eastern? It's probably Eastern, huh?
Eastern time, yeah, Eastern time is when our last for comments. So if anybody's on here that hasn't went over there and got them comments there, appreciate definitely and doing it to show that we can bond together. You know, everybody says, hey, truck drivers can't argue over a free cup of coffee. Well, I think it's time that it's changed that we can unite and get changes done in the FSA level by making them comments and communicating together on autonomous. So again, if you haven't done it, get over there and if you need a link and don't know how to do it, send me a message and we can walk you through the process because it's important, you know. I know that government says it, that the site says government on the top of it, and it kind of gets everybody nervous. And we're here to help you and get you that step. So feel free to give me a message and we'll get through there.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, back off what Sean said. Please don't be afraid of the government, people. Who was it? I believe it was Ronald Reagan who said, if the people are afraid of their government, it's called tyranny. If the government is afraid of its people, it's called liberty. So do not be afraid of your government, your employees. They're just employees. That's all Congress and Senate are. That's all Donald Trump is. He is your employee. You are the boss. You are the boss of Donald Trump. You are literally. I'm not saying that in a weird or bad way. Like, he is your boss. You tell him what to do. You are an American citizen. You go and you tell the government your complaints. You tell them how to make your life better. You instruct them and you tell them how to make your life better. It really is that simple. Do not be afraid of the government. fmcsa.org. Please go make your comment. It is so, so important that we unite and we get together. There are dozens of comments that drivers have already done. So I want to commend every single one of you for uniting together. We made it on Bonehead Trucker, right? So many people, there's a lot of people out there, y'all. There's a lot of people out there that they think, oh, well, what change can I do? Well, one person, I'm not going to say who they are, but one person came up with a clip on how to submit your comment through fmcsa.org, and it literally made it to Bonehead Trucker, which I don't know what he has, what, 400,000 people? He's got like 300,000 or 400,000 subscriptions on YouTube alone. So, Mother Trucker, Joe Rogan, Candace Owens, Fox News, CNN, you can make it on those channels. All you have to do is be persistent, right? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, correct? So all you have to do is get up and fight your fight. You got to get up and you got to actually do something. So that's what we're trying to build here is advocates amongst all of you. So some other news, we did have a victory with Delilah's Law, right? Marcus, her father, if you guys remember, his little girl, Delilah. Go ahead, Sean. You want to say something?
So basically, he based off of the Delilah Law. So he's actually went to the Supreme Court, and it actually ruled him in his favor. So, um, yeah, I just wanted to say that Delilah Law had passed, but I just wanted to make sure that the Supreme Court part. So now it's going to restructure, but you got it, Vince.
Gotcha. No worries. No, thank you. Thank you. So this is just an example. And for those that don't know, Delilah's father, Marcus, and his wife, Eliana, um, they're the ones that got this whole thing started. So, their daughter was hurt by a non-English speaking truck driver. And where do we put the blame? Like, let's say there's a trucking school and you get through it in 2 weeks. Is it the truck driver's fault that individual does not know how to drive a truck, or is it DMV's fault because they gave him the CDL because the school, a third party tester, said, "Oh, they're safe enough to drive a truck. It's an automatic, no big deal." So, and who passes these laws, right? Congress and Senate. So this is where the fight lies. It lies with the corporate elites, the elites, the corporate giants. It lies with them, right? We the people, we the truckers make the final say so. So we're gonna have to do it ourselves. The government's not gonna help us. They don't even know what to do. They're like, what do I do? Someone tell me what to do. So if just a bunch of rich people are on there telling them what to do or paying them off, they don't have the many, they have the few to base their decisions on. They're going to do what benefits them or what benefits the people that are paying them or benefit the people that they're talking to. So we have to start talking to them. We have to fix this industry ourselves. That is the only way it's going to happen, people. So that's one example. Marcus and many, many other that are backing him and his daughter, taking it to the Supreme Court. This is how we get it done. Marcus has completely stopped everything he's doing because his daughter got hurt, and he is fighting back. He never wants to see this happen to any other family, and I don't blame him. Our hearts go out to Marcus. I met him personally at MATTS 2026 Mid-American Truck Show in Louisville, Kentucky, and we had a private conversation about how this has affected their family. They have many, many other children. Delilah falls in the middle, so you can imagine the attention now, the medical attention that little girl needs is great. And now the older ones and the younger ones from Delilah are not getting as much attention as they would have if this would not have never happened. It would have never happened if we were writing the laws, which it's our job to write the laws, not Congress and Senate. They just do what we tell them to do. So let's see. We have our first guest, Josh. Welcome in, man. How you doing? Let's get you a gift. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just I hit the wrong button.
Oh,
I'm just liking your show. I like it. I just enjoy watching you guys.
oh, right on, brother. Thank you. So this you're here now. Let's.
Yes. Yes, I am. Thank
We
you
got him
guys.
cornered. We got him cornered now. He has to talk.
We got you. We got you.
Yeah, I just appreciate you guys. That's all. I'm just like I enjoy listening to your little deal here you got going on. Very informative.
Thank you, man. Go ahead, Sean.
So, how long you been in the industry, Josh? How long you been driving?
I started driving in 2000, 2001. Cars. I've actually talked to both of you guys on the phone. I think.
Oh yeah, okay. Yep, I think I'm gonna go on in there. Yep. So we've talked. We just haven't. You haven't got into our lives yet. Then.
No, this is the first time. I'm just trying to. I was trying to hit the like button. I just was trying to share it out, and
Nice. No, we appreciate the that part of it.
the autonomous thing. I'm not sure how that's going to work with car hauling. Now, I haul cars. I always pictured one day that these Teslas would actually just deliver themselves. You know, that they would just come straight out of the plant and just drive to wherever they were going. Now, I'm not sure how they would actually load up on a truck and then the truck drive there. Although Tesla does have the self-driving truck, you know, so I'm not sure how that would work.
Wouldn't that be kind of crazy? You order one and then like just like this car just shows up in your yard with like a gift on it.
I mean, it seems like it could go that way. You know, they do self-driving already. You know, so just imagine, you know, you just go to the town, look at a car, and just say, "I'll take that one," and it shows up at your house. I mean,
That'd be insane. Or scrolling on the internet, you know what I mean? And just like, yeah, I want that. It says delivery will be there tomorrow.
right, right.
Try to get it to stop by Walmart with groceries in it, so that we, kind of get that double whammy on it, right?
You're right.
Man, well, let's put a stop to that, Josh. Let's keep your family working. Let's keep you working
Yeah.
and keep the American
That's
dream
what I'm
for
trying
you,
to do.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, you've been working hard for this country for many years, right? You've
Yeah.
helped America. You've helped get us our cars where they need to be. Why would we just throw you under the bus? Oh, Josh, thanks for, 10 years of service. Peace out, brother. I need to make more billions later. Like, no, you know. So man, this is how we do it, just uniting. Oh man, Sean's down there with no gifts. We got to change that. Hold on, watch this. Watch this. Bada bang.
Myself, right?
Oops.
Myself.
Oopsie
How
doopsie.
this thing works. It just says cancel or quit, and I don't know if I'm
I'll
supposed
drop you
to.
down, brother. You want to? Yeah, I'll drop you down. Thanks for coming
I
up,
just
brother.
didn't know how it works. I
Oh,
wasn't for sure how it worked. All right, thank you guys.
all right. You just hit the disconnect. You can you press your profile, and then you should see disconnect somewhere, and then you can drop
Oh,
out.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all.
Right on, brother. Thanks, Josh, for all your hard work. Those
Thank
of
you
you,
guys.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Those of you that don't know, car haulers work way harder than us drive-in over the road drivers. I was a car hauler for 6 months. My hat literally goes off for Josh because it's hard work. Those 3 hours a day that they're putting cars on and taking them off, it is really hard work. I couldn't hack it. I was like, man, put me back in a truck for 11 hours a day. I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather make videos while I'm on the dock waiting and post them. So, Josh, thank you for all your service, man. I think MCR is still hanging out. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Leviticus says true in the chat. That's right. That's right. MCR, what's going on, brother? Welcome in.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Sean? How's everything? Glad that you're back from New York, brother.
I'm actually my son's graduate high school. My son and my daughter's graduate high school tomorrow, so I get to kick that off the list and give them their eviction notice. Their eviction notice out of the house, go to college.
Yeah, mine's is 7 months old, so I still got a couple of years, man. I still got a couple of years to get there.
Man.
Heck yeah, no, it's a good feeling, to getting the kids through high school and then what their career is going to be. I got one that's going to be a nurse and the other one wants to be a teacher as of right now. So I'm all like, the support efforts here. We got a bunch of family that came in from Florida up to South Dakota. So, most people don't do big graduations like we do, but our family, like, that's a milestone for high school to actually show them their last step that you do have a sport team and get into college and get those classes done. So it's pretty
Amen to that. Amen to that. Hey, guys, so I don't want to take too much of your time, right? I just want to bring a little subject up that I dealt with yesterday.
Okay.
You guys know that I work for a ship, and I also just opened up my own dispatching company, and how much I love the Truckers of America and what this country stands for. Hard worker that all these truckers do, and dispatchers as well, right? That company, MCR Dispatch, we are very proud that we are American built for American truckers, American freight, right? Man, I had a hard trouble yesterday, man, with schemers, with scammers from overseas, making fake profiles, fake loads. How do we stop this? I mean, how do we put an end to all these overseas dispatchers, all these overseas brokers, contacting American hard-earned drivers and scheming them out of their money? You know what I mean? I was lucky enough that I was able to catch it, right? But it really, really bothered me about how easy it is for all these overseas people to come and try to scam hard-working American truckers. I mean, what do we put in play? Like, how do we do this?
So that's a good thing you asked that. So that's what we're when we say we're building a team. We're building a team to actually help get this whole industry back into shape and putting that foundation where it's supposed to be at. But yeah, I mean, it's really easy. Like all of us, same thing. We get together, we go through the right channels and stop at that. But the other thing is to do is put them on blast, as we call it. So like if you have that information, like start putting it on TikTok, like this guy's doing this or this guy's doing that, So you get that
Leviticus with the
knowledge
galaxy.
and gave it hooked you up, huh?
Hooked me up with a galaxy. Thank
He
you.
deserves the floor for a second. Deserved the floor for a second.
Let him talk.
That's right. But yeah, no, it's that's part of the plan. In the end, is there's so many things in this industry that has fallen apart. It's there's so many trying to take money out of the driver's pocket, and it's time to put the power back into the driver's pocket versus in everybody else's. Let's put the power in our seats. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build that up, and yeah, that's one of the things on many of the things on the list that we have to try to tackle that and get it done.
John, I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 second, bro. That was for you. Leviticus gave that galaxy to you, bro. That was for you. Look at your likes now, bro. Dude, that was for you. Woo,
Come across the screen and I was like, "There you go, bitch. You better take that." But no, I appreciate that.
dude.
We like the gifts, and believe it or not, the gifts actually get us out into that For You page. A lot of people don't understand that when you actually send gifts, it gets us out there. So hey, we appreciate that, and you know, uh, we're here to work. We're here to work hard. Me and Vince has dedicated our time to try to tackle quite a few things in the industry. The biggest thing is our toll roads. That's our first thing we want to tackle because these guys are, they're just raking in the money, and that's how they're keeping the lobbyists paid up, paid for is by using these small little parts of their system. And if we can crumble the money that's going to lobbyists, we'll be able to win. So that's the great part. If our voices are louder than theirs, and all we need to do is unite together, and we can get it. So it's one of our big things.
That's right. That's right. And I would say too, MCR, that together asking questions and asking a ton of people, like, what do I do about this? Like, what's Congress? What's their role? What's Senate? How do I write a petition? How do I contact the FBI? My first thought when you said that is contact the FBI, because I know they primarily deal with scams, but here's the problem. I know this also, like, a lot come from India, right? A lot of the scams that are out there, there's nothing that our country can do outside of our border. So anything international, we just have to protect ourselves. Period. End of story. But we can make it stricter on brokers, right? What carriers they allow and what the carriers have to provide to prove that they're a person. That's why all these 3PL, 4PLs, 2PLs, man, my personal opinion is it should be direct freight only. If you don't have a carrier, you don't have an actual truck, I shouldn't be able to promise you, bro. Like if I'm a broker, right? I should not be able to promise you 5 trucks, and I don't have 5 trucks. I have 3 trucks, but I just want to make you happy. So I'm just lying. And now I'm scrambling for 2 more trucks because I only have 3. Well, you need 5. You weren't going to give me the load, right? You, the shipper, were not going to give me the load unless you needed 5 trucks. Oh, I got 5 trucks, bro. I got you. I hang up and now I'm scrambling for 2. I don't know what to do. Oh, I'll give it to a 3PL. Oh, I just got to give them a little bit of the cut. That's where we damage the whole operation, in my opinion. That's where people start hurting, and now the carrier can't afford their operational costs, right? So that's my opinion why the spot market is garbage. It is, you know.
From my 9 to 5, you guys know that I work as a shipper. And I'm the logistics coordinator at the company that I work for, and so I make all the rules. I just stopped using brokers. I'm going straight to carriers. Like your carrier,
Nice.
you have your W-9, you have your insurance. You have your MC. I could check the MC myself. I just go straight to carriers, man. Like you tell me what lanes you want. You tell me how you want to run this. You tell me how much it takes to to run your truck, and I just go straight to carriers. I'm done working with brokers, man. To be quite honest with you, from a dispatcher's perspective, I'm just going straight to the carriers, man, and that's it. And that's it. I mean,
We need more.
Love it.
it's all that BS.
We need more people like you. If we could just get everybody to do that all at once, you know, and like people always tell me, like, well, how do you get a direct customer? I'm all like, the same way you get it from a broker. You give them your insurance, you give them all your stuff, and it's like just like how you hand it off to them, like do your own little carrier package saying um, that you're agreeing to take this load and you take responsibility of it. You know, if you were literally just took a contract from a broker and then just kind of that without all the craziness of it and got the foundation of it basics, yeah, I mean you can go straight directly to the shipper and move their freight and then lock it in.
Yeah, I think most carriers are. I don't know if they're not educated enough, but they seem to think that they need brokers, and no, you really don't. You don't really need a broker, and you know, all you need is your paperwork and your insurance, and that's it. To be quite honest with you, you know, it takes me literally 1 minute to onboard a new driver or a new broker. So you as owner ops, you guys don't need a broker. Just need shippers like myself, people that love the industry and that love what you guys are doing for this country. And that's it. And we'll get it there. Eventually, it's going to take work. It's going to take work, but we'll get it there.
So
Absolutely, education is what I like to say. You know, once we get everybody educated on how the system actually works, you know, it'll be a game changer. You know, and it's crazy you say that because a lot of people do say that. They're all like, "Oh yeah, the broker came in here and told me that I have to use them, and then they do it." And it's like, no, that's what they wanted you to hear. You know, and you can't blame them. I mean, they're in the business, but once we educate people how to actually get this to go the right way and run their business and run it the way the system was built to be ran, we're gonna put that power back into the truck driver spot. Heck yeah.
that's right. That's right. And I would say, I don't know if you've checked out Pastime for a Change. That's one way. And number two is from now on, all shippers, like you're saying, MCR, work directly with carriers. Cut out the middleman altogether. Another great thing is if they haven't been running for a year, you don't see any kind of history. You just see numbers that have like 5 or 10 loads completed. Don't book with them. Only book with people that have history. Carriers that have good history, great reviews, good safety score. You know what I mean? MCR, thanks for coming in, brother. If you want to drop down and get back in line, you can. But we're gonna get some other folks.
I'm out of here, brothers. God bless you guys, and I love what you guys are doing for this country. Take care, gentlemen.
You too, brother. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Fat Dog, welcome in, man. How you doing?
Good, Vince. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just trucking on, man. How you?
But I saw something earlier today on, I don't know what social media it was on, it doesn't matter. But somebody was making a video out in Ohio that some of these guys are stuck out there from the West Coast and from various places in the country. A lot of these big brokerages, they're looking at, after the Supreme Court thing, they're looking at their numbers. They're safe for they're safe for numbers and that kind of thing. And they're not able to book any freight. And I wondered if anybody here had heard anything like that. I saw a video, like I said, and you never know anymore if anything's true or not. So no, I'm not trying to spread misinformation or disinformation. Just want to see if maybe somebody else saw some of the same stuff that I was seeing. And this particular video, I think, was by a Hurricane Express driver, and he was out in Ohio.
Oh, Northman just said it passed 8-0. If you look in the comments below. Is that what you're saying, Northman? Oh,
No,
9. You could.
I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, I'd imagine it's going to start happening because the brokers are going to have to start. You know, they got to hold responsibility now. So if we do something does happen out on the road, and an incident happens, yeah, they're responsible.
passed the Supreme Court 9-0. There are, and this is literally going like wildfire brokerages right now, because now brokerages are being held responsible and liable under lawsuits. So anybody that's on the safer web that does not have a safety rating, I can't remember what the score is, but it's not above certain score, brokerages will no longer work with those carriers. Those owner ops, police ops, it doesn't matter. They will not work with them. They are literally blackballed.
Right, and that's what that video is about. And I knew it passed the Supreme Court. I just thought it was awful fast that those bigger brokerages, C.H. Robinson, so on and so forth, were pulling the pin on some of these guys. I thought maybe,
Well,
my initial thought was maybe they
they
would
on the
get.
sidelines.
What do you think? So wait, you're saying, go ahead.
That's, I didn't mean to cut him off. I hope I didn't cut him off.
No, you're fine.
These mega brokers that we're sitting at, this has been in the court, so brokers, especially the bigger ones, were sitting on the sidelines. And they probably had somebody just outside that courtroom, and when they passed 9-0, and I apologize, I thought it was 8-0, but when they passed 9-0, that was the end of it. That just spread like wildfire. Within 24 hours, every major brokerage out here is already looking at their clientele list, their carrier list. They probably had 15 or 20 people going through those lists and going, we can't work with these anymore. We can only work with these.
So that's great, right?
We talked about, it is and it isn't. Okay, it is because it's gonna force people to be a lot more upkeep on their trucks. The problem is a lot of guys aren't financially set enough, and because their lack of knowledge of business, they're not financially set enough to maintain. They're literally going to go home hundreds of thousands of dollars debt and be in a panic. I mean, this could have went a little differently. They could have gave a little bit of time. They could have gave some, a lot more of an opportunity to increase your safety rating. There could have been a lot of play here, but because of this nail in the coffin, people are going to be like Ohio folks. People are going to be sitting in states trying to find freight, and if you've got an out of service, if you're an owner operator with one out of service, listen, that's not good. You're not a mega big carrier. That is a major percentage of your points. So you've got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to be on your maintenance. You got to be on your equipment. You got to treat that license like it's your livelihood, because it is.
But Northman, that's also not realistic.
Those are all livelihoods.
That's also not realistic. Would you agree with that? Like, can anybody go 10 years without a single ding? Do you think? I mean, like California, can anybody run through California for 10 years without a ding? You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can't even live a day. The thing is, you can't even live a day of your life without violating a law somewhere in this country.
That's what I'm saying. Ryan, you're next, by the way.
No, absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not. This is a major problem, and really, the education in trucking is not there. Sean agrees with. I think anybody who's either a champion or an advocate of trucking all agree the education level for business, an owner operator, a lease op, a small fleet carrier, any of that stuff, it's forced on the truck driver when they start becoming, in these mega fleets, whatnot. Hey, make more money, do this. They're sold that idea, but they don't have the education for it.
Right.
So what we're going to see is a massive decline. And yes, it'll open up trucking lanes. Absolutely. But how many people are going to lose their careers on this?
Yeah, we don't want it this way, though. No.
That's not a good thing.
And that's why I say it's more.
And listen, let's look at the reality. The reality is this is a lineup. This falls in line. It's funny that the FMCSA's got a comment period on autonomous, and now this law is passed, because how many
They're using a car
now because their score is low. isn't going to be on the road, and this is just going to be ADA and all of those who are backing autonomous. That more opportunity to sit there. We just lost 200,000 carriers.
Absolutely.
We need to replace them now. This is a. Do you understand that this is all steps?
It's all about
Dude, I wonder if it's a stepping stone for autonomous. You think it's a stepping stone for autonomous? Because yeah,
I absolutely do. I absolutely do. If you look at, okay, you had ATA for what, Sean, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what, 2 or 3 decades pushed driver shortages. That was wrong. Okay. That was fallacy. That was a technique for them to flood the market. And they did. How did they flood the market? Well, they started hiring overseas and bringing all these HB1, HB2 visas and non-domiciles, and they allowed them to flood the market. Now, when they flooded the market, before you know it, now autonomous is already going, okay, well, we flooded the market, we take off the trucking community. In the background, we're going to start working on this. So now you've got an exemption on the board. Now you've got a law that just passed that pushes out hundreds of thousands of trucks off the road. They're not going to be able to get loads. They're not going to be able to do anything. So you just push them out of the business, which means that now autonomous, if this thing goes through the FMCSA, has a larger push now to sit there and go, well, we just lost all these truck drivers. We're going to have to replace them.
Yep.
How are we going to replace them?
Yep.
Well, let's put an autonomous truck in their place.
right.
And our careers and livelihoods have been on the line for almost a decade or longer now. People have tried to preach this. I give them all the credit. None of us listened 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Here we are.
Yeah.
So isn't this a perfect opportunity for us to get our own infrastructure going? All these guys that are stuck, shouldn't they be calling us and saying, hey, we're needing loads? Shouldn't we be getting people like CSR that's actually doesn't understand that he's behind the scenes working illegally and he's going to get caught as well? Because you can't be a dispatcher and give loads to a carrier without getting them from a broker. So there's no pathway that he could have explained there.
No, there's no way.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem last time.
A dispatcher cannot go get direct freight.
Here's the
broker.
You had to hear his own
Here's the
story, though.
problem. Okay?
He has a broker.
Here's the problem.
Okay, you got a broker, then Steve.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead, Northman.
We don't have any in trucking, guys. We don't have
Guarantee
any
we
in
don't.
trucking. There's none. We're so divided. We're so divided with culture and everything else that if you do not pull together on anything, it doesn't matter if you want to run it your way past time or go against autonomous until
It's not my way.
you put aside the differences.
It's not.
If you can't put aside the differences and actually standing together, whatever the plan is, it will not work.
Okay, my plan is just that the drivers get the loads. The drivers give drivers loads, but they use the legal means between it, which is a brokerage. That's my idea. That's the whole idea.
Read the law. Did you
No,
Yes, I did.
Did you read the law?
Yeah.
Okay,
I did.
the law also states that shippers and receivers are as accountable as the brokers, which means even if you, as a driver right now, let's utilize Ohio, walked up to a shipper and said, hey, can I go get a load from you and pull under you? That shipper is going to run his information. If he doesn't meet the minimum requirement, that shipper is going to tell him no. This is all the way around. This isn't just brokerages. It's shippers, receivers, brokerages. They're all now liable for anything that happens while you're under their load. So yeah, you can do whatever you want to do, but you're never going to get that.
People. Are you talking about people that should be staying in the industry? Because there's what's called an MVR. And if you're willing to show your MVR and say, hey, look, I just got a little right here. You know, I've been driving for 27 years. I've personally been driving 34. Okay. So I can show that. But yeah, I did pull into a scale and yeah, I did have a cotter pin that was broke on my brake. Okay. But should I be put out of service indefinitely for that? Probably not. So we're not looking at those things and we're saying, hey, if you're actually a good driver, if you've got experience, if you're doing your inspections, if you can show me that, hey, I just got caught. I didn't notice it, whatever, right? But here's the thing. If you're not a good driver, I don't want you in this industry. I've been in it long enough to see all the trash come through here, and it's time to clean it up.
Well, and that's
I
the
would
thing,
agree
though.
with that.
And like you're saying, it's time for more than any and ever time that we actually unite together and we restructure how they actually write their tickets, the whole 9 yards. So if you're going to put me on something, I was watching a guy earlier and he had like a little bit of a line that really wasn't even chafing, and they put him out of service for it. They said, hey, the line. And the guy literally was sitting there wiping it down. He said, hey, I'm the one with the badge, and this is the way it's going to be. So now is it
there. We get the funds. We get the funds so that we can send these drivers to go to court, and we start working our system. But anyway,
Mike, yeah, Mike, hold on.
I wanted to.
Yeah, Ryan, hold on.
Say real quick.
Ryan, you're next. You're next. Northman and Mike, just hang on for 1 second. We got to get back to our 3-minute system. Ryan, you're up next. Welcome in. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add, 'cause I'm over here listening to you guys in the background while I'm coding. The entire purpose of the app that I talked about last time, and I invited some of you guys to be beta testers, was exactly what he just said. There is such a disgusting imbalance to what the law on the other side has, that they use it against us, and they depend on you not knowing what they know, which they don't even know the entirety of the law themselves. But I know this because I've been able to sneak behind enemy lines. There's entire masterminds out there for lawyers on here's how you sue your trucking company, or here's how blank four-wheelers sue this company, and get this money, and here's the questions to ask, and all this other stuff. So that is why the app exists, because I was in a situation like that. It is hold on, I gotta be careful what to say because I'm remembering now.
And we can't say, there's a new word we can't use, the blah blah blah. We can't use that one anymore either. I just found out today. So just use blank. Yeah.
I'll use the Pulse Exodus.
There we go. There we go.
So yeah, no, I'm glad you guys are talking about this, because I do like the whole situation with like all these accidents that happened last year. It has prompted me to look at like the education aspect of our industry. And Mike, you're right. There's no real like one source if it's not from some guy with a course or whatever. We need to formalize things. There needs to be like, if the lawyers in this country can go to centralized locations to learn what to do, drivers need a centralized location that is all agreed upon, isn't even like a legally or like a government back thing, but it's like,
bro, maybe you could create the round table.
We can give legitimacy to it.
Maybe you could create a round table for it.
I'm literally sitting here coding parts of it.
Dude, I love it. That for 8 months I've been trying to tell every yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Northman.
Hey, listen, I just want to, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to jump off here because I know there's other people that want the boxes, but I just want to say this. Listen, right now, social media is the news TV. We all know this. We get all of this, okay? But
It's true.
Understand that this is a global app, okay? Every time, everybody is watching. The more complaints that we get on drivers saying they're not getting paid enough, or the hours are too long, or whatever the complaints are in trucking, we have to cut that down to a bare minimum on the social app. They are seeing this. This is what's driving autonomous truck to take over. They are watching from an outside. We're not in a boardroom, guys. We're not in a soundproof room talking about this. We're not sitting at a table across from each other with doors closed and having these conversations. We are doing it on a global app where everybody is paying attention to what's being said, and most of the stuff that is being planned or put together should be done behind closed doors inside a designated meeting area, so that where you're not complaining and you're not pointing and you're not blaming. This has to be the less you put out, the stronger we become, because right now they're going to counteract everything that we are trying to do because it's globally being seen.
I agree. We have a plan for that.
You don't see the ATA on social media talking about problems and solutions. They do that in a boardroom behind a closed door, and no matter what happens in there, they come out of that boardroom, suits pressed, ties straight, and an agenda to achieve.
I agree 100%.
There's too much publicly being put out where they are getting the information instead of being put in a closed meeting. There's too much being put out on a global platform or global platforms that should not be out. That if you're gathering information, great. If you're putting out knowledge, knowledge is a good thing, but limit what you're doing on a social platform. Do it with I don't know. We can. I'm sure there's something.
Bro, I've been thinking so.
Closed door thing. If you don't know who's there, you don't put it out.
We have an idea for that, Northman. You're not wrong.
And you're pushing a rock.
That's a good thing you said that. So we do have a meeting coming up on the 25th that is on a different platform.
Yes, we do.
To actually get the message out. We are trying to put a training together to train advocates the trucking way, because there's ways to do it, right? We're wanting to get all the research in one spot so that person can go to that information and actually share that information. And 100%, we've been testing it, doing different things on social media to see how far we could get it to spread. And again, it's working. It's great. Like you're 100% correct that the social media is like a CB radio, but we got to make sure that what we're giving out is proper information. And that's why we're building a team together, to actually do that research, put it all in one spot. 10 eyes look at this thing, every person says, hey, this is 100% factual. Let's get it out into the social media's hands now, and let's explain it. But and again, I don't want to go too deep into what our plans are on social media, because when we start growing and there's not a face to this, right? It's going to be shoulder to shoulder, everybody building this as a driver, and the people that's in the industry to create this. And we're going to build a structure that's going to be 100 years what we want to plan on. My brother told me, we did AI and all this other, they build that stuff to last 100 years. And after 100 years, the new person grabs that, they go with it. And that's what we need to be doing. We need to build something that's going to last 100 years. It'll be the foundation, and putting that power back in the driver's seat. That's what I keep telling everybody. Let's put the power back where it belongs. Right now, we got power everywhere that's controlling us, and that's not the way it works. We control the scenarios. We control what autonomous that we want in there. We control what they're going to make for rules for us, right? All we have to do is just connect those dots together and say, hey, guys, I'm going to do a video, and part of that training where it actually shows a driver in a regular T-shirt and the whole 9 yards, and he steps out of his truck and he's in a tie and he's ready with a billfold, ready to go into a courtroom, because that's what true advocate is, right? Everybody wants to say, hey, social media, you just talk about it, right? Well, it's time for us to put our money where our mouths are, is what I call it. It's time to let's hit these state rules and restructure all that. Well, let's move it all the way up to the top. We have the power. All we gotta do is have people know what the power and how they can use it, and how their voices actually work, and how they can get hundreds of people's voices heard through their voice. So no, it's great that you said that, and guys, I'm telling you, we're building something that is going to be
looking forward to that meeting. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Be looking forward to that meeting on the 25th. Listen, I'm going to jump out of here, give somebody at the box. Y'all have yourselves a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
You're a good man, Northman. Thank you for all your hard work. Seriously, that man is committed. You guys, if you're not following Northman, go follow him. He has a lot of knowledge. He's been an advocate for a long time. I met him in person at MATTS. He's a great guy. He's the real deal. Mike, where'd you go, Mike? You're up, brother.
Man, I was just telling him that, there's things happening in the background, and I want to talk to Ryan because Ryan's right up the alley of what we need. And I'm not trying to design the whole thing. I don't want to be the face. I don't want to be anything like that. But if nobody else is doing it, I stepped up to the plate. But I'm looking for programming. I'm
So
looking.
you want a prettier face than yours, Mike. Sorry, bud. I'm just kidding.
Mike, right here, brother. Right here.
Yeah, I heard
Trucking
you.
memes, dude, on Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah.
but check them out. If you haven't
We need to get all of our parts together. Like, I've got ideas, but you know, I'm not gonna release the stuff on these platforms because a lot of people try running with it, and they just screw it all up. They make it illegal. They do it illegally. So we need to
That's
actually sit down and say this is how it needs to be done, and these are the people that are doing it illegally. I mean, here's the thing, right? With that new law that just went in, you can't transfer your MC, right? With that law, think about this for a minute. You can't buy, lease, or sell your MC. What does every mega carrier have? And this would affect you, Vince, so you better be looking at it. Because
Right.
if it comes down and it actually happens, you got issues with leasers. Because you can't buy, sell, or lease your MC.
wow.
right.
Wow.
And that's how it's worded.
And that's the thing that we got to do. We have to study. We have to do the research of where is this information coming from, right? So if it's coming from the ATA with a board member that is on a chairman on the autonomous on Aurora's council there, you know, where do we draw the line and say, hey, that's conflict of interest, right? Where do we say, hey, what they're passing is to benefit their agenda, and how do we overturn what these guys are putting in here because they have that power? So there's a lot in it that a lot of people don't see behind the scenes stuff that's actually being researched right now, and what avenue we're steering towards. So no, it's going to be great. 25th meeting. We're going to explain all this on, like you said, a private door setting of how it's going to work. So last time I suggested be there. We're not gatekeeping anymore. We're going to put all the information that we know. You know, when somebody
Oh, he'll be
tries
there.
to make money off the system that's broken already, to me, that, like, you know, the ATA, the OIDAs, all these guys that are saying, hey, we are advocates for you guys. Your voice is being heard through us, right? But they're making money on it. That system is broken. And we should never be letting somebody come in and take advantage of us. I tell everybody it's like an abusive relationship right now. A truck driver. If I had to explain one right now, you know, how a truck driver is and how they behave in the action, it literally is. It's like having somebody that's been abused for 30 years, and we know how they open up. You know, they don't want to coming off, hey, I'm nice, to come off strong and go, man, I can't do this. So we just got to get them to where, hey, you know what, enough is enough, and let's put our 2 feet on the ground. Let's button up them suits and ties, and let's get out here and make change. And we are, you know, just like I was trying to tell everybody that we did the signature for the comments. Everybody's like, you know, they were kind of dissing some people that was in here that we were considered blanketing the FMCSA site. You know what that really, the reality of what we were doing was to actually just open up the door to have drivers have a voice to say, hey, you know what, fill out this form and then cut, copy, and paste it. You know, the form actually takes longer to do it than what it is to go on the site. But what it was saying, hey, you know what, let's put the blinders on Google. OOIDA does the same exact thing. They actually have a form that you actually fill out. They actually submit it for you, where we weren't doing that, right? So when somebody starts bashing somebody on other social media platforms or lives and everything on what somebody's doing, do your research. You know, don't be just trying to what I call it assume, because we know what that means about the rear end part. We both have some just think worse than others, right? So the person, you know, we helped build that as a team. We came together and said, hey, you know what, we're going to do our part in this industry, whether if it's blanketing or whatever it is. But when people actually do that, that actually counts. So they didn't know what they were talking about, and it upsets me, you know. And I tell everybody, hey, if you want to call me out, don't do it on live. All it's going to do is embarrass you, because I'm not gonna play the games. Me and Vince have already said it. We're trying to show leadership on that part of it, being a true advocate. True advocate does not argue. They debate.
You get
and,
triggered.
you know
We're
what?
not going to get triggered. It's not going to happen. Yeah,
And
definitely.
and I'm I'm sad that there wasn't more people that couldn't stand up behind it and say, hey, you know what, guys, let it be. And it really upset me. I mean, we have, if you knew how many people are working behind the scenes and these lives, past time, you're starting to see the people. You're starting to see who's connected in this group amongst us. It's already doing lives. They want to stay private, but they are part of a team that we've created. So again, and in a team, you build them up and you support one another. And it's just crazy. It's just mind boggling. And I don't want to go deep into it, but I would, like I said, I was just upset that nobody could say, hey, you know what? Why don't you come ask Sean? Give him a phone call. You have him on other platforms. Just reach out to him and see what the plan was. See why they recommended to do it this way. So it just yeah. No, this is part of what we're going to do the 25th is actually train people up and show them how to put their suit and tie on. Tie that tie right because we're going to need it.
That's right.
Understand, but what I was trying to tell you was all the things that I found, all the back push that I've got, things that you can avoid off the bat, right? All the things that people say, the things that I've now fixed on all my stuff, but people are like, oh yeah, this person over here. I mean, I'll put it this way, okay? I had a point when I was actually had the brokerage up and going. We were ready to get loads. We were ready to do everything. And all we did was people's support. And one of the trolls came in and he said that it said something about money. Do you know what it was? It said, do you want to put the money back in your pocket? Sign up. And literally, the internet
Okay, so Mike,
ran with it and dumped all over.
Mike, listen, brother. Those people are sent here by the devil to waste our time, to gaslight us. They're snakes in the grass, and we need to just ignore them, right? How many emails are trucking advocates getting right now from a lot of people that are watching this right now that want to destroy, rob, and blank, right? They're out there. They're everywhere. What we have to do is we have to drive in the fast lane, not in a truck, but we have to get in the fast lane and just go right past them, not focus on them. And we have to just literally not pay any attention to them. So I have an idea. Sean, we'll talk about this more later, but I know of a place we can all go to. We've been thinking about this for a long time, once every 2 weeks, where there's certain people that'll be in a meeting and we'll get this thing done because one thing's for sure, I do see unity. I do see a lot of, look at, we just met Ryan, right? He's already starting to work just since Tuesday, just since we talked to him 3 days ago. He's already has ideas and he's shifting gears and he's moving faster because he sees the reality of what we're all going through and what we're looking at in the future. Just like Northman said, there's a lot of great people working on this. So let's try not to get distracted by the people that are just little worms on the ground. Let's just step over them and just keep going, not focus on them. Bro, we all get those, those people that, man, they make you feel really bad, huh? There's tons of trolls out there. But JJ Cruz says, help me find the knowledge that I can run with and I will run marathons. There we go, bro, right there. Let's focus on this guy. J Crew, DM any of us, please, and we'll put you to work. Let's help you find your gift that you can bring to the trucking industry to make everyone's life better, right? The American citizen, because it's not just trucking. If we can when we figure this thing out, we're gonna give it to everybody below us. The medical industry, the welding industry, the construction companies. We're gonna give it to everybody so that our country can be stronger. No one person needs it all. There's not even enough things out there to buy if you have all the money in the world. It gets boring. It does. I've heard a lot of rich people tell me, trust me, once you get all the money in the world and you can buy everything around you, things get really boring. So the important thing here is to invest into people, not to invest into things. That's my opinion anyway. Investing into people is where it's at. Now losing my father, I see so much clearer how I wasted so much time on petty things. Petty things. I would give anything to go in the past and change the time that I had with him and the things that we argued over with. We didn't have a horrible relationship, but like any father son, we had our tips for tats, and now I see clearly, man, I can't get any of that time back. That 10% of fighting was so dumb, and it was over things in the earth that don't even matter. They really don't, people. All that matters is us living the short 100 years we're here. That's all that matters. So truck drivers are uniting. We see it every day, and we're building a team. Like Sean said, like Mike said. Mike's been doing this for 12 years. Ryan, welcome in, man. Go ahead. I know you kept getting cut off. We don't usually get carried away like that. So what's going on, Ryan? We can't hear you, brother. Barely. Barely.
Audio right now.
There you go. Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah, I was on the phone. I had to figure out what I was doing because I got to pick up a load in the morning. So that's why I had to drop out.
Right on. So what were you saying as far as beta testing? What do you need drivers to come help you with that, or what do you need?
Yeah, if you have an iOS, if you have iPhone, I need people to go and join the beta. And just try to break the app as much as figure out what's right and what's wrong, because like the actual back end is actually a proper database. Like my biggest problem was like I don't want to only have an AI chatbot that like answers questions for you because it hallucinates, and I refuse to put something out there that would potentially get you in trouble with the law if it hallucinated. Now, that's not to say it's not perfect. It's still, even with a hard coded database of the law, it still doesn't understand sometimes like the context of what's being asked. But that's why I need beta testers, because if they say good job or rework it, then it will self improve.
Okay. Where can we go to find it?
You sent me that link, Brian, but I don't know if you sent maybe the wrong thing because it went to like a black screen and it's in my email. So I knew you were going to be on here, so I was going to reach back out to you, maybe resend it or something, or maybe it just doesn't want to go on my phone because I got that Android.
Did it download a file?
Yeah, so it did download a file. Yep.
Yep. I think if you just hook up your phone to your computer, drag and drop, it should just because that's the beautiful thing about Android. You can just drag and drop it onto your phone.
Okay, then let me try that then. If not, I'll reach you through your message. We'll get it figured out one way or another, because definitely want to try the system out, and let's see if we can this will be the new tool that we just the industry. That's the great part of it. So I'm always looking at those what's the next new thing, and this generation is totally different. Like, I mean, it's the newer generation. I mean, they got their own words like Riz and all this other stuff that we're learning, you know what I mean? And if you see my content, I always put funny stuff. So like, I mean, hey, that's the way I love doing stuff, is making learning fun and interesting. So it's I'm gonna give it a swirl and definitely give you some feedback.
Appreciate it. Yeah, actually, on the education half of this, that's one thing that we're trying to figure out right now, because initially the original idea for the app was to create a Duolingo version of the FMCSA, but that was that seemed like it was kind of that was a good idea, but way too weak of an idea. So what it does now, and what we're trying to get it to successfully work, is the moment you cross a state line and you come to like a 5-minute break, whenever your GPS has detected that you're not actually driving, because I don't want you guys looking at your phone while you're driving, it will pop up a question and be like, hey, quick quiz, what's the answer to this situation, to this law, whatever. And then from there you can answer it and keep up a streak similar to how you would with like a learning app for Duolingo or anything like that. Just a little bit of learning every single day.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. And we've learned, Ryan, hold on one sec, pastime. All right, pastime, I'm going to drop you for a second, bro. Come back around if you want, because we got a lot of people trying to come in. I totally forgot what I was going to say to you, Ryan. Hang out for a second if you can. We're going to get to some more people, all right? All right, brother. J Crew, how do you say your name? J Jaw Crew, is that it?
AJ Crew.
AJ Crew. Right on, brother. How are you, man? Welcome in. Thanks for coming up.
Just call me Dutch. It's easier that way. Call me Dutch.
Dutch? All right.
That's what they call me in this.
Nice.
I say I saw a video earlier today. I don't know if you saw it, but they actually have yard jockey trucks that are fully autonomous. They go hook up to the trucks, lift them up, and no one's in the truck. It's getting scary out there. We got to really unite, get everyone together. I talked to a guy on my live stream earlier today. He's a delivery driver at UPS. He wants to get on it, so I not only took it down, but I gave him your site and WeTheTruckers.com. I gave him that site.
Sweet.
And I said, look into a chance. I mean, we need people like that, delivery drivers, everybody, even DoorDash drivers, because they're going to have, taxi drivers, because they're going to become autonomous too, if you really think about it. There you have it. Tesla is already autonomous. So what does it take for them to be kicked out by autonomous too?
Everybody has their
Making
place, bro.
more unsafe.
Yeah, everybody has their place.
Everyone
Go ahead.
thinks.
Sorry, go ahead.
But like I said, give me the information. I'll run marathons. I'll go to truck stops. I'll put stuff on my dash. I'll put stuff on my grill. I mean, I'll do anything I can.
We're gonna put you to work. You just don't know it yet. That's what I tell everybody. You don't even have to fill out an application and
Got you.
W-9s.
We got you.
I tell everybody we work free 99. Free 99 is what
Free 99.
So, and that's the thing. People are all like, hey, why wouldn't you want to get paid to do something like this? And I'm like, because you don't put your heart and soul in it, right? That's what we're in with the ATA, the OIDAs, all these guys that are big time players now. They've gotten paid. Now they're just all like, hey, why do we care? And we want guys, drivers, guys and gals that actually mean something. They put their heart and soul into it to fix this industry and work as a team. And that's what we're going to do here. So, yeah, welcome to the team. I'll get you a private message out here, and we'll get you some information to spread in the truck stops and get that right information to them. We fact check everything, and yeah, that's how we'll do it.
And Ben, sorry about your father's passing. My condolences to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you go ahead and drop me off. I'll be still on, but I'll be on the background.
All right, brother. Thanks so much for coming in. Yeah, so by the way, Sean, I'm starting to write down everybody's name that comes in that says like what he just said. I'm starting to write them all down so that we have our, you know what I mean? Yeah, so
Yeah, absolutely. I got
nice.
So,
Nice.
no, it's good. Write it down and yeah, well, like I said, we'll send out messages and put a team together. I mean, that's what we're
right.
doing, is building a team and building getting people to unite and fix this industry.
Right. There's nothing wrong with technology. What's bad about the technology that we have right now in this timeline of 2026, the 21st century? The problem is it's moving too fast. It's going to put too many people straight out of work, and there's going to be millions of people without a job, not just thousands that can go do something else. So what we're going to have is 20 families, maybe 100 families that have billions or trillions of dollars that can have 1,000 Ferraris each, and you and I are not going to be able to pay for our car payment, our Toyota Camry or Ford Explorer, right? We're not going to be able to pay for our basic bills. Nobody's going to have the American dream. We're going to be like every other, most other countries. We're going to be a third world country where there's the rich and the poor. There's no middle class. The middle class is what we're attempting, what we are going to keep strong. It's the middle class that is so strong. The pandemic taught me something. I never knew that small business is why America is so strong. I never knew that. Small business is what makes this country strong. When your kids are like, "Oh, I want to own an ice cream parlor when I grow up," or "I want to own a tool store or a grocery store," or something like that. That's where the power lies in America, is the small business, the American dream. Welcome to the team, Sam. The American dream is what we're preserving here. It's so much bigger than money. See, money, to me, it's kind of like, looking at a hammer, right? How often do we think of a hammer? How often do we think about a hammer? Not very often, right? Only when we need the hammer. 1% of our life, maybe, right? Money to me is the same thing. Now, right now, it's not. I'm always stressed out over money. Why? Why? And so I want to tell you all this. We all go around, we're programmed to think that, you know, oh, I work, it's a flex, right? It's a flex. It's like you're awesome if you work 80, 90, 100 hours a week and you have two side hustles and you know, that's all you're doing is living, breathing and eating work. You know, that's a flex. I don't agree with that. I say, why as human beings, why are we doing this? Why? I mean, you have to work, you have to feel good about yourself, and you have to have something to do, and you have to contribute towards the bigger picture for society. But I say, what's wrong with working 30 hours a week and making four times what we're making now? The money is there. The 100 families just don't want to give it to you. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. Look at now with truck parking. That's $4,000 a year out of your and my pocket. So the American middle class job of being a truck driver or a small business owner is being robbed from us, in my opinion, more and more and more every single day. Can we stop it? Hell yeah, we can stop it. We can do whatever we want because our forefathers created this thing called all the amendments to the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. It's a powerful document that is not old. Well, it's 250 years old, yes, but it talks about the human heart. It talks about corruption. It tells stories of what humans are capable of if you just let them run free and have their little power trip, right? Like just like this app. It's a power trip and it's crazy to me, but that's like the average human, I guess. So we can do whatever we want. Instead of us asking all the questions, why don't we make them ask all the questions? Why don't we make them have to scramble to put in a comment for something? Instead of us asking them, they need to ask us. We're the ones that protect the motor public, correct? So we got to fix it, not the government. We need to tell our employees, being the government, how to fix the industry because who knows better than us? We're the ones that know this industry the best. They don't know. They can think all they want, they know, but they haven't lived in a truck for weeks on end. They don't know what it's like to perform a safety maneuver and prevent 7 or 8 accidents a day. I don't know about y'all, but since 2020, me, myself, and I have been performing at least 5 to 7 a day. And you guys, is that fair to say? You guys are probably performing just as many. It used to be about 3 a day, 2 or 3 a day. Now it's like 5 to 7. Anyways, enough of all that. Axel, welcome in, brother. How you doing?
Good. How you been? Two things. First, if Ryan could just go, I missed that part. I jumped in late. I just want to hear about that app real quick. If he could explain it, and then I just want to.
So happy to elaborate. So, effectively, at the base of its core, if you get pulled over, if you get a ticket, or if you just have a question regarding a law that you're like, I actually don't know what the rule is on this specific thing, you go into the app, you ask it your question, it gives you the best answer according to both FMCSA and currently, right now, while it's still in beta, the state-based laws, because sometimes the states have their own little amendments to the federal law. Now, let's say you get into a little bit of a stickier situation. There is the ability to record your interaction with the police department or with the police officer that pulls you over because Lord knows more than enough times the footage on the body cam ends up getting corrupted. And we know that there's a number of cops out there who really care about safety. It's more about revenue. And if you should get a ticket, there's also the ability to upload it. And the same system that would do the research for your questions would do a little bit of a deeper research on that specific ticket and go and find, hey, what has happened in the past with other people who have had this similar case or this similar violation? How did they get out of it? What are my options? Can I, at the end of the day, of course, you can send it to a traffic lawyer if you want to. And the idea is that it educates you on the process and the document that while you're actively there and the memory is still fresh, all those details that can get you out of a ticket get documented.
Okay, so it's more or less like an educational app.
Yep, documentation app.
Okay, and did you just another quick thing? Did you think of like maybe adding for the states, like a directory for lawyers, the contacts or stuff like that?
Yes, I actually that does exist. It's just not currently implemented into the app, but I do have a folder on my computer with that already existing. I want to be careful because there are apps that do that, but the their whole purpose is literally just to be a lead generation service for the lawyers that sign up. So I'm trying to figure out how to walk the line a little, because at some point, yes, the app has to make revenue because it does cost actually money to keep it up. But I'm trying to figure out, should the lawyers be the ones who pay? Should the drivers be the one that pay? Should the fleet or the fleet managers be the business model is sort of like,
I'll put this in there for you. I think what you're building for education purpose, I think a lot of times you'll have a hard time from the drivers wanting to pay for it.
mhm.
But I could see maybe for advertisements for lawyers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, we should get you a grant, Ryan. We should be able to get you a grant and make it free. I mean, honestly, like it's the money that we pay in taxes for the for this industry. That this should be a free educational site, right? So I think you should explore in them grants and get paid. I mean, they got for studies. I mean, they're giving $200 million out and even and beyond. So I mean, that's one of the systems that I want to tell people, like, adapt into what's already there. If it's something for trucking, once we don't use it, if we don't use it, somebody else is going to get it.
There's one concern I have, and I actually really like that idea, but there's one concern I have. There's two concerns I have. Number one, historically, this is considered more of a civil app when you look at it. There's plenty of cases, and one that stands out where a gentleman created an app to track the meter maids in San Francisco, and the city shut it down in 2 hours because they were like, no, we make way too much money from these parking tickets. So again, I said this in the last live. I put a target on my back making this because there's going to be a lot of police departments out there who realize, hey, I can't. These tickets I'm writing, they're not generating revenue. This app, AskLab. Oh, this is causing it. Oh no, we got to get rid of that.
The guy.
Okay. Problem number two. Problem number two is if I get government funding, I have a feeling somehow they're gonna leverage that against me to ask for your data. And I do not plan on selling your questions or the GPS information or any of that to data brokers or give that access to your insurance people so they can raise your rates. So if
Here's
it gets funded, it has to be from the industry.
So Ryan, this is what I can say about that. There's always been, historically speaking, there's been really big issues with truck drivers and money because we have been burned so many times by so many different organizations. We are very untrustworthy with our money. Everybody's trying to get in our pocket. Trucking is a $1 trillion a year business. And look at where we're at right now, right? We should be making, a company driver should be making 250, 300 grand, in my opinion, and retiring at 45, 50, in my opinion. Our average lifespan is 61. But here's what I would say to that. If you made a video and you looked right into the camera and you're like, listen, drivers, this is my idea. This is our idea. La, 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 la. I need money to get this thing. We need money to get this thing going, et cetera, et cetera. If you guys want to help, if you think this is a good idea, we're going to be transparent about every penny that goes into it. If you want to donate, this is our website or whatever. I would donate to something like that that could better my life. I would donate for truck parking. No, I won't do it. For a new safety system on my steering wheel that we don't need. No, I won't. I wouldn't do it personally. But I know I would definitely, dude. I'd get $1,000 today if I thought it would truly help my life get better, my pursuit of happiness get better. So I think the way I think is like the money will come if you're doing the right thing. If you're truly genuine, and I believe that you are, and your system is, I believe that the money will come no problem. Truck drivers are really good at reading facial expressions, seeing through the bullshit, right? We're really, really pretty good at seeing through people. Would you agree with that? So as long as we're doing the right thing, I think everything will turn out just fine. I think the money will flow like a river, you know? That's my opinion.
I would hope so, because I've been working on this for since the first draft of the app came up like last year, like some summer of last year, but I never really got it to what it needs to be now until this year. So I'm excited. And on top of that, guys, Axel, to answer your question further, it's not currently part of the app, but it's a separate one on my phone right now that is functional. I, you know, I'm not shy about this. I don't like Trucker Path. I have to use it, obviously, but I think it's bloated, and I think it's owned by people we don't want it to be owned by. So I started building my own, and for the most part, it works. I gotta add more waypoints and other stuff like that, but simple is better, man, and it won't track your data the way like
Yes.
a lot of these other companies want to sell your data. Because if I could just get this app to function altogether, then AskLad in its entirety will be not just the chatbot part of things.
You
But it'll
mean
be
when you get it to work is what you meant to say, I think. When you get it to work.
yeah, right now
With our
like
help.
here actually.
Yeah.
Here, let me show you something. Can I turn the camera on?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here, we'll make you
Here's my ugly mug. All right, so this one is a load packer, so you can optimize the weight distribution and everything that you guys have for your
It's
to stay
Ryan, it
compliant.
ain't showing nothing on my.
Yeah, you don't have your screen on. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so this is a load packer that I'm been working on since like a year and a half ago, and I'm only getting it up now to what it's supposed to be. So this is supposed to help drivers be compliant on their actual load and distribute it out for the weight. So I'm like micro tools here and there that all come together for AskLad, which by the way is a hyphen for Ask, Learn, Act, Defend. So that's just behind the scene what you guys see here.
Nice.
I'll turn my camera off now. It's
All right.
I don't see the metal truck.
Can you say it again? What was it called again? Hyphen.
Oh, so the app. Sorry, the app is called Ask Lad. LAD, and it stands for Ask, Learn, Act, Defend.
That's awesome.
One thing I
Um,
can recommend to you, Ryan, like you brought up Trucker Path. If there's certain things in there that you like, you can use AI to study it. For example, I'm building an intelligence platform. I have access to a lot of stuff. So all the betting guys, I'm already going to surpass them. I got something. It's working in the background right now. Yesterday it took 24 hours. I got another thing. It's pulling all the records. I'm going to have data points from all over the place, but it's not going to be for vetting. It'll show everybody's score. It'll show everybody's records, but it's also for investigation. For anyone who knows what I do, I expose the trucking fraud. So I have guys who work with me. So like Vince, probably you've talked to KSG, I believe, right?
mm-hmm. Yep, of course.
He's a friend of mine. So we work on
Okay.
too in the background.
Sweet.
So
Thank you.
the one thing you got to understand, you got to change out the old guard in this industry. A lot of these people in this industry, like them over there, freight waves, them over there, broke care. There's a lot of shady guys. So when you guys are building platforms or talking about a lot of this stuff, you got to remember a lot of these guys are tied with other guys. They're all bad news. A lot of them. You gotta
Like cockroach. Like roaches.
Yeah, you gotta change
Weasels.
Yeah, they are a lot of them.
Oh, we know. Snakes in the grass, man. We get emails all the time, them saying they're going to sue us. They're going to do this. We can't say this. We can't say that. It's like, are we in America? I do believe the First Amendment to the Constitution still exists. Just like photographer recording people in public, there is no expectation of privacy in public. Good luck with that, though. Your thoughts, your feelings are not facts. No offense. My feelings don't matter. What are the facts? What is the truth? That's what we're all trying to get to. Yeah, you're right. There are.
Get any cease and desist letters? I get those.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
all the time.
You know, the way I look at it is like, this is how I look at myself, right? Like, if I'm slowly losing everything, this is how we got started. So 8, 9 months ago, we're losing everything slowly anyway. So if I'm a frog cooking in a pot, well, I'm gonna come at you. Period. End of story. And we're gonna do everything we can to clap back and make sure that our country does not fall, because this country belongs to us. This country doesn't belong to them, whoever they are and whoever they think they have all this power. They don't. you know, everybody must be accountable, and nobody is above the law. Who creates the laws? We the people. So we the people can reverse laws. We can make laws. That's what we're trying to tell everybody. Please get involved. Show a gift. Find your gift. We'll help you find your gift if you can't. We're gaining so much traction. We are. They said 2 truck drivers at the very beginning of this, Axel. All we heard across every platform was truck drivers will never unite. Today, we're hearing truck drivers are actually uniting little by little by little by little. You know, people are being kinder on these lives. People aren't putting each other down as much. There was a huge problem months ago where drivers were just insulting each other. That's why nobody would come up. That's how we got started with this platform. We're like, you know what? We want to create something where drivers can come up and feel safe, brokers can come up and feel safe. Like everybody can come up and debate in a healthy way, like they did back 1776. You know what I'm saying? Like debate is healthy, regardless what side of the fence you're on.
Now, I started in the excite side, which is different, totally different than you big trucker guys. But I'm going to tell you from being in all the lives, because I get sometimes some heated argument. I am going to tell you this. For you guys who are in the bigger trucks, you do have a big problem with camaraderie. You guys, like, I hear a lot of we don't do it on the expedite side. We pick on each other, we move along, we get things done. But I do see it a lot in the trucking. You guys, like, when you guys start, you just keep going back and forth, back and forth. I mean, like, even this latest talk lately, everyone keeps drilling on this autonomous. Okay, talk about it, move to the next subject. But you guys get, like, I'm not saying you guys, when I say you guys,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's all about design. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets stuck on a topic and they just keep drilling and drilling. But at the same token, you have to get things done. People have to physically do things to get things done. So you can sign petitions, all this stuff, but who's actually doing the footwork? You got to do things.
Right.
KSG met the other day with a congressman. He's working on his stuff. I do my stuff. If everybody plays their little parts, you can bring camaraderie like that. So
you're absolutely right.
We're hoping to see a big change after the 25th. Like I said, we're putting a meeting on behind doors. And actually, how to get this information out. You know, what information to actually get out there. How, basically showing them how to put a suit and tie back on. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And going into who the right persons to talk to.
It's coming real soon.
Together. Yeah, and actually, hey, if you got some free time, we can always put you to work. So we actually got a spreadsheet, and we're actually trying to get on autonomous all the state laws, right, and try to get it on the spreadsheet and get the congressmen in that area to get this petition in their hands and the bills that we need to change. So, for example, like Alabama, they have different rules. So all states, I think there's like 4 or 5 states that don't actually have autonomous law in place right now to say how far they can actually go with like level 4, level 2, level 3. And we want to actually try to tighten those laws down. So that way, if we can start at the state level, then we can go all the way up to Congress with it. But we got to start at the state level and follow the ladder, but yeah, if you want to jump in and help us, like there's a lot of research that's done in there that we got to get together.
Not to cut you off, Sean, like that stuff is not my field.
Hey guys. Yeah, Axel, we got to get to some other drivers, brother. We got to get to some other drivers. So, go ahead. Yeah.
That's not my field. Like, it would be like me trying to talk about IFTA and the semi trucks. I don't get involved. I strictly just stay with the fraud stuff. And believe me, I have enough of my own workload. But the only recommendation I can say for you guys is, so like, if you got certain guys who work on autonomous, maybe certain guys work on marketing or social media. So like Vince does the social media, you guys got to divide yourself up by your skills too.
Yeah,
not everybody try to do everything. Yeah. Go ahead.
Nope, and that's part of our plan is to actually, step where they need, where their strong points are, and then try to pick them up on their weak points, and actually, build it up for every driver standing shoulder to shoulder to fix this.
That's right. That's right.
It's we got to fix it.
That's right. Axel, thanks for coming in, brother. If you wanna come back in line, you can. We just got a lot of people waiting, brother. All right. Right on, brother. You too, and thanks for all your hard work for us, brother. Sorry, Sean.
Thank you.
Sorry, Sean, I didn't mean to cut you off. Samantha.
I was just gonna say it's always a pleasure to talk to him.
Hey guys.
Hey, Sam, welcome in. Let's get you a gift. How are you?
Thank you, thank you. I am doing great. Hey Ryan, I just wanted to when you're talking about funding, you are absolutely right. When you get grants, it starts to limit you because there's an expectation when they give you money. But there are a ton of philanthropists out there who are much less concerned about tax write-off and more concerned about private sector solutions because they recognize that government solutions do not work. So I'd love to talk to you about that when you have time.
Oh, I'd love to hear it because I've been so head down work. I haven't really explored. Like I've just been paying for all of it out of pocket, which I can sustain. But like, ideally, you know. Another question. Was it you, or somebody else, the other day? I'm going to choose my words carefully here because who thought of in honor of the past drivers, like a online memorial.
That was Trucking with Angels.
That was not me. With Angels, yeah. There's Last Mile that helps with that. Like was it Final Mile?
Truckers Final Mile. They help get the deceased back home. Is all they do. It's Trucking with Angels.
There's another group that does what is it called? Which is it's people just saying, hey, these are folks that gave literally everything to the industry. Okay, deserve to be honored.
Do I have permission to turn the camera back on?
Sure.
Okay, because I got let's see, is this working? I got a little mobile draft going on here right now of like these would be parts for good. Pulls up the name and everything of the drivers and little fun facts about them. So I'm floating around with that, and then obviously this parking will be infinite and full, but I'm just using examples for right now.
Wow.
What an amazing idea.
That's cool.
I'd love to talk to those guys because if I can build it and then they can just that would save so much more time. So then I can focus more on this stuff.
Right.
That's what I got. 2 projects I'm working on right now while I'm chilling.
Man, I love it.
They're actually trying to get it. There is somebody else that's in a group that's actually to take rest areas, and actually how police officers actually have highways that are dedicated to the fallen, right? That they're wanting to name rest areas after a driver, and and that system that would be cool, like just have at the rest area that you can just like plug in on a big screen and be able to like just touch the buttons and see while you're at a rest area. I mean, like rest areas need involvement. There is trucking parking in there and everything else, but those are ours. Those rest areas were built for truck drivers, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like those rest stops are all truckers, and it's our funding that actually goes through it, our infrastructure, taxes that we pay. The IFTAs and all the other stuff that we do goes to help them rest areas. So man, it'd be phenomenal to see those one day. Just like going up to and have them like maybe by that state or something that you just touch the button and who passed or who had that problem there in that state.
Right.
I like that idea.
Right. Well, there's another police officers also have there's a program where when they reach 50, if they've done at least 20 years of service, because of all the adrenaline spikes that they constantly go through in their career, their hearts can get checked out for free. They could, if they have a heart attack, because a lot of law enforcement has a heart attack. Yeah. So what's the difference with a truck driver? If truck drivers' jobs, career are 7 times more dangerous, where's the funding for truck drivers? I mean, if we make it to 61, our bodies are going to be decrepit, falling apart. Where's the medical funding for a truck driver that's given 20, 30, 40 years? These are the things we must change.
I mean, all the trucks today are automatics.
Right. What do you mean?
years.
Okay.
The trucks that y'all drive, the trucks that y'all drive today are automatics. We're not steering wheel holders. We go to the manual 18, 13, 10, 9 speed transmission. I mean,
Right.
what y'all doing today ain't nothing but steering wheel holders.
So Larry, with that said, if we took a truck when you first started, Larry, if we took that truck and redesigned them, how many drivers would be left?
I rode beside my daddy in a 1965 model cab over Mack.
Wow. I'm gonna give you a follow, Larry. That's awesome.
No. What was the first? Hey, I'm looking at you, bro. What was
Okay.
the first truck you drove and rode in? What
10-speed Freightliner with an Eaton transmission, DD50 or 13.
Wait a minute. A 10-speed.
10-speed.
Okay. What model? Cab over?
Cascadia. Wasn't a cab over. Those were like 20 years before my time even. When did they stop the cab over?
94, 5, 6. I think 96
Yeah.
was the last year of a cab over.
Well, you're definitely the last breed of real truck drivers that, you know.
Larry, I
Yeah.
drive a 1988. I drive a 1988 377 Peterbilt with a 15 speed high hole up against the dash. That's what I currently drive. And then I have all mine are old school trucks. I got 92s, 96. My newest one.
Hey, brother, man, I know what against the dash is.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you know
That blue switch.
Do you not know what the first against the dash was?
The very first one, I don't know.
15 feet.
Okay, that's what I'm driving.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Man, Larry, you really know what it's like to be free. You really know what it's like to be a free American.
Larry,
Yeah.
what's your favorite engine? Oh, yeah, what's your favorite engine?
You want to hear it, brother?
Yes, sir.
A 3406 A bottle can.
Oh, A model, huh? See, I got the B model. I got the B model.
The white can. Hello, everybody.
Wow.
What separates the A model from the rest of the herd?
What separates it is because of the Detroits and the Cummins. The Detroits, the 318 and blah, 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 B92, blah, 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 is the vibration of the motors. But you got to go to I think the 60s, the beginning of the 60s, when the motors were coming out, when the trucking industry was being born. And the motors, you got to go back to the gas motors. And it's like a 350, 351. They were all that motor and them gas jobs of the 60, it'd be the 50 series. Then the gas motors coming to the diesel motors, because if you look at the evolution of the motors in trucking, the gas motors couldn't hold up because of the weight. The gas motors couldn't pull the weight. So when the motor and the trucking engine coming on, and then the diesel motors coming in, yeah, boy, the first diesel motor was like a 30. I think it was like a 120 something horsepower, and then all of that of the Cummins and the Detroit, and the Cummins was outrunning the Detroits, and then when Cat come into the picture of trucking, and Cat overruled trucking. It was just phenomenal. I mean, just phenomenal.
Wow. Have you talked to trucking history, Larry? They have a lot of videos of older trucks, cab overs. It's a great site. Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
That's a
Larry, that's when it was born. It wasn't a cat; it was a dog, right?
Yes.
If you didn't have a cat, it was a dog. That's what they used to say back in the day. But yeah, no, I still love my old school trucks. Like I said, I'm running the 3406Bs, and
Yes.
and we're building them up. We can get about 750 horsepower to the ground. You know, a lot of people think nowadays
Yes, sir.
horsepower is measured at the flywheel, where back in the day, horsepower was actually measured at the wheel, and
Yes.
that's where you got it at. So it's pretty neat. Like I love the history of trucking, and I study it up really good.
What'd you think of Jimmy Carter there, Larry? What'd you think of Jimmy Carter?
That,
Yeah.
hey, Rob. Hey, Rob, when you'll see my peanuts. Jimmy Carter is a joke.
Jimmy Carter
He's
was.
a joke. Yeah, he's a joke.
So you didn't like the trucking industry before deregulation?
No, sir. Let me tell you something. You got to go. Okay, the liberation goes back in the 70s with the first real truck strike during the cities. And I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. I had an aunt that got shot in a telephone booth, and she was a flatbed driver for Boyd Brothers, Alabama. And when she got shot, the Boyd Brothers took care of her for the rest of her life. Up to, I think, like 8 years ago. The 70s strike in trucking was the real strike. To no strike today will ever happen to them, to now. Because you can't get 5 truckers in one room, 5 drivers in one room to agree on one thing for nothing.
Well, we got 5 drivers right here. We all agree we want more freedom, right?
5 different opinions. Sir, say it again.
I said we got 5 drivers right here agreeing on stuff.
We can't get them to agree on one thing.
I'm not a driver.
Oh.
I told us 3 things we can all agree on. However, am I allowed to swear on this or no?
Yeah.
All right, let's go like this.
That's how hard you go.
Here's the 3 things. You ready?
Okay. The trucking industry is the biggest industry in the United States.
Correct.
Now, if the trucking industry is the biggest industry in the United States, why cannot the trucking industry control the United States?
You could.
Hey, wait. If we move America, why can we not all get along? I'm just saying. Why can we not all get along and control the United States?
Because we're programmed to not get along. We're programmed to be divided. We're programmed to only look at what the oligarchs say and to follow orders instead of be a critical thinker and think for ourselves. That's what we're changing the game here, Larry. That's what we're doing. We're attempting, we are building advocates and critical thinkers and truth seekers within people, within truck drivers. To
You
know,
ain't got to preach. You ain't got to preach to me. You ain't got to preach to me. You preach to your followers. I'll follow you. I'll watch you. You're a good man.
thank you.
You say a lot of good. You say a lot of good things. You got a lot of good topics. There's a lot of times I follow you and I listen to you, and I don't comment.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Keep my mouth shut. I know when to keep my mouth shut.
What's up, trucker?
Ears and eyes open.
Yeah. Well, Larry, brother, we got to get to some other drivers, all right? So you can come back around and get in line if you want, okay?
No, I know. I'll sit here and listen.
All righty.
Hey, I like following you.
Thank you.
I like listening to you.
Thank you, Larry. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Morocco, welcome in, brother. How are you? Good, man. Thanks for your patience. Good.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries, man. I like wisdom. I like to learn, from the drivers as well.
Good. That's what we're all about, man. Yeah, when we're learning ourselves too, y'all teach us things every day, every live we do. We learn things, we write things down, we become stronger together, right? Stronger.
I got a question. So I believe I came up a couple times. Speaking with you, what do you guys, as you guys are drivers, what do you guys think about this new rule just came out from yesterday against the brokers?
So happy about it. Oh, I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I might just say something real quick. To be honest with you, nothing's going for like a small or like mid or large brokerage companies. Because of this new law, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. It's just being like, um, I can go on details and I can go like.
Oh, I think he accidentally muted himself. Maybe
He did. Macro, I think that's how you say his name, right? Macro. Macro, you muted yourself, bro. There you go. We still can't hear you. You muted yourself again.
He must be on another call or something. But yeah,
Must be.
the new law is definitely going to reshape the industry and how we actually do business. I mean, there's some pros and cons and everything, right? So I mean, it's something to be actually following along and paying attention to. I mean, was in a direction for autonomous and paving the way for them. I see it. We can definitely see the writing on the wall on that. But at the same time, it's going to hold the brokers more accountable. Then at the same time, it's also going to affect drivers' jobs. So we have to look at this at every single angle of it all, and all drivers get together and put our input on it, and that's what we advocate for. And we go change that system. So and as far as like when I say that, when it changing the system as how do we handle what should be put on our scores, that could put us out of business or put it ever out of there versus but a major out of service violation, and I think we should be opening up the books. The system's over. It's 100 years old. It's time now to recreate in our generation a system now that's going to last another 100 years. And once people start connecting together and connecting the dots and putting in the work and putting their suits and ties on, we can and we will change the industry. It's just getting our feet wet. Once we start doing that, it's going to be finished.
I love it. I love it. Macro, are you back with us? No, he's muting again. All right. Well, Larry, we're gonna be leaving the live soon. So do you have any final words there for us, Larry? Any words of wisdom?
I'll tell you, like my daddy told me, never put your truck in a position that you can't get it out of.
I like it.
And trucking has, my daddy told me that trucking has a price. And if you want it bad enough, you'll pay it.
Well said. Your father's a smart man. Yep. You're absolutely right.
If you want the truck, you want a truck bad enough, trucking's got a price. It has a price. And if you want it bad enough, you'll pay it.
That's right.
Can I say something? I just want to say something real quick. Something's like really bothering me for the past like 12 hours. There's been a lot of talks about this new ruling, and honestly, I think people are overthinking it. Nothing major is going to change for small or mid-size or large brokerage. We're still gonna be doing the same job tomorrow that we've been doing yesterday. The only real difference is we're going to be more careful when vetting carriers, probably saying no more, like probably saying no to like maybe 100 times to carriers. Um, it's gonna be we gotta be really careful and often because of with the one at records and being a little stricter overall. We're gonna be really strict. That's it. This isn't the same huge shakeup. It's just tightening up things up a bit. all the panic I'm seeing feels like little unnecessary. And nobody's business is suddenly going to be falling apart because of this. We're just going to be more strict on the carrier, and we make sure that we work on someone that's clean, U.S. citizen, clean record, um, no accidents, clean report. That's pretty much.
Yeah, so I mean that is going to be changed though, right? If we look at it this way, that is change, and a huge change because there's actually a lot of carriers that they get tied up into a scale house on bogus charges, right? So and they take it, they don't know how to data queue, they don't know how to do that, they don't know the system, right? And that's where it's our responsibility to train these people and educate them how to fix that. How the process works because if they started taking companies and saying, hey, you know what, your score's so high, we can't no longer do business with you, right? So there is change. There's change that now these guys can't get work, and there's tons of bogus stuff. I talk to people all the time. Matter of fact, just a week ago or a couple weeks ago, somebody got hemmed up into a scale over grease and the axle, right? Then instead of it being oil, it was grease, and they wrote them a ticket for it for saying that it should have been oil and not grease. So clearly on the thing when they sent me the picture, the manufacturer actually puts the grease in it and not liquid oil. So now they got this. Now they have a charge on them, right? They shut them down, and they wanted to from to call a shop out there to fix it. And I'm like, how do you fix something that is manufactured? So I actually had to teach them the process of a data queue. So yeah, I'm going to say there would be some change into it because you're saying it yourself that we have to now vent these carriers a lot more and make sure that they're this other. So yeah, I mean, I would say that it's a fair fact to say that there is going to be change.
I mean, I had to cut two carriers, to be honest with you. I had to cut two carriers. They were doing regular loads for me for the past 2 months. And I had to let them go. I explained to them. I mean, it's taking
Were they
effect,
good?
and
Were they good carriers? Or were they kind of shady?
Yeah, are great guys, good drive. I mean, perfect.
That's not what I
Never,
asked, brother. Were they good carriers?
good human being. Yes,
Okay.
perfect carriers for anybody
Okay.
which will have them. Okay.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
I did like a little again, like a background. Okay, bad reports. This is like a friendly go, let go. You know, we still have a good relationship. Still I can help you out if you have any questions. I can help you out with anything like that. But I'm sorry, I have to let you go. And this is how it's gonna be from now on. I feel like there's a lot of things going on, like in the industry, and a lot of people are just talking and they don't know exactly what's right and what's wrong.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. That's why we say verify everything. For sure.
Sean,
Yeah.
I will say that I have a data queue disputer also built out.
You're awesome. You're awesome. You're sick.
Shocker. Shocker.
Every time we talk, I'm just like, man, this guy's he's one step ahead of the game.
I'm trying to think. I have a data. There was another one because, dude, I built so many little projects and I just string them all together later. There was a data queue disputer, and then there was another one which I think was a separate sort of like weight distribution calculator, but I can't remember what that was supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and this is like I said, man, this is how you educate every driver. You know what I mean? You say, hey, here's the tools right at your hand. But we already have tools, right? We have our trucks and call them the machines and everything else. But now the way technology has going, we actually we as drivers need to kind of start using that technology. They're using that technology against us.
That's right.
As a different angle. We should be using technology to build our business, to make it great, and to keep everybody in check, because that's the problem. There's too many guys that want to get that higher rank in law enforcement, right? So they're like, hey, if I write these many tickets, I'm going to move up to be a cat.
Yep.
So they're working on something.
Yep.
But how many people do that mess up lives along the way to get that? And to me, if we're paying officers out of our own taxpayers' money, right? Already, so we fund them. Why are we funding them more to give us a ticket? It just doesn't make no sense to me. There shouldn't be no tickets. They should be saying, hey, you know what, bud, you messed up. You have a chafing airline. You're not leaving until it's fixed. Fix it right now. And then that's it. The draw on the sand right there. Instead of trying to say, hey, I'm going to take money out of your pocket because you've been a bad boy. It just doesn't jive. They're the inspectors that's supposed to keep the highway safe, just like we are, right? We're supposed to, if we do our pre-trips and do it the right way, you know, that we're that's what we're doing is looking out for the motoring public. Doing the same way. They should say, hey, you know what, we did inspection and we saw this and fix it right now. Whatever it's going to cost you, that punishment. And if it goes on past that and there's like multiple times, then there's other avenues that we should be able to take. But to me, taking money out of my pocket or out of anybody's pocket to benefit that area, it just doesn't jive, you know. Like,
You mean like in California, putting no truck down this particular street when there's a shipper or receiver right there, so the truck driver has to go 4 miles around. So most drivers just go through it. But there's always a cop right there on a bike that is like, if he's writing you a ticket, he's like, hurry up, I got to go get the next truck. I got to get the next truck. You know what I mean? That one. Yeah, and then they say if you pay it within 90 days, it won't go on your DMV record. Those kind of BS tickets. Yeah.
Of course, these, especially the young ones, they trying to like go up on. You trying to be a sergeant, they trying to be a supervisor, more money in their pocket on their paycheck. They don't get bonuses per check if you don't write such as tickets. I have a friend, he's a trooper. He told me that I have to write 50 tickets, at least 50 ticket a month to get some extra bonus.
So that's the destruction of America, right? You know, when it's about profits over people, that's the destruction of our people,
Capitalism right there.
right? Well, we can stop it.
Just saying, if you get that on record, I'll protect your friend's name because he's your homie. But it's just one more piece of evidence that I can use as a piece of content for my little propaganda campaign of like, hey, the cops are not here to help you.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
that's what we need to be doing. Like, every driver out here, if we can just build the body of evidence, right? That's why I tell everybody, dude, document it, because when it's time, we're going to need that information to stand up against these guys. And the only way to do that is to have it. We could talk about it and say, hey, this is what happened. But yeah, if you get that in an email, that would be, it'd be perfect. And then, and use that in our system to get that word out there that, hey, everybody, bond together. We need to go after this industry, this part of it. Are they really doing this for safety? Are they doing this for profits?
Of course it's for profit.
We know it by heart, but we don't have that body evidence to say, hey, you know what, we can now prove that they are, right? And once somebody has that in their hands, game changer.
Every time in human history that humans have gotten together for the right cause, right? Or a good cause, or to better other people's lives, something greater than themselves, really good things have happened, like the Declaration of Independence. When people don't think selfishly and they think selflessly, great things happen. That's what what we're trying to say, right, Sean? We can have it all. The world is our oyster. But if you look in the mirror and you're like, I want it all for myself, I'm going to do it at any cost. If you're a business owner here in America and you know who you are, and you are hiring cheap labor outside of this country, so you don't have to pay as much taxes, you don't have to pay medical and dental, you don't have to pay a 401k, then you're part of the problem. How about gain less profit for yourself every year, but you are actually employing American families? You're actually keeping the money here in this country. So yeah, maybe you can't get a Ferrari. Maybe you have to settle with a Camaro. I don't know. But I'd rather settle with a Camaro but be able to sleep at night than get a Ferrari and I'm burning, 10 jobs. That's me, you know. Yeah.
I agree. And to be honest with you, me personally, I mean, I was actually I was thinking about the past couple weeks, maybe getting some VAs over Philippines, and I was like, okay, well, I can pay them like $5 or $8 an hour, and they can do as much as what a U.S. citizen can do here for this certain money. And I was like, well, if something happens, I mean, they are far away. How am gonna handle that situation? You know what I mean? So it's better off just not to do it.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here in the right way. For the most important roles, absolutely hire the Americans based here. Everything like I actually, believe it or not, for the trucker memes page, I paid someone for a while to help me create the memes so that I, could get sleep, and still drive. Uh, but I still make, and she still works with me and everything. She's just a contractor, and that's all. Um, so if you ever on the page, say hi, Tina, and she'll smile. But for like my day to day stuff or a lot of my personal organization, even some of the coding stuff that I do, I outsource that to somebody in the Philippines who's worked for me for like 5 years or something, I think now. Um, the important roles that require context and authority and like a person here, by all means, yes, have them here. All the
Okay.
all the like, there's no easy way to say it. All the bitch work,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
oversee. Yeah, overseas.
Okay, listen, Ryan, not every situation is the same, right? Not every situation is the same. So I'm not insulting you by any means. I'm talking about like Amazon, right? Corporations that are just growing and growing and just eating everything in its path. Now, if you can't afford to hire American citizens, and that's the only way to get to the next step, every situation is different and it is a free market. That's the beauty about America. I would love to have it my way, but guess what? This is America. I don't get it my way, right? We are all free to do what we want. So,
Yes.
Ryan, I know it's safe to say that dispatching and the trucking part of it is a valuable piece. Like you're saying, don't do the the bitch work. You were saying overseas when trucking part is the actual as far as dispatching all that stuff. That's a valuable piece, right? I mean, we can
there you go.
agree on that.
This is how you become a broker. One of these, and get an internet connection. There you go. I'm a broker.
I agree. I agree with you, but guess what? You have to spend shit ton of money to keep that computer turned
I
on.
know. I'm just making a joke. Yeah. Everything's easy when you don't do it, right? Like right now, I'm planning funeral arrangements. I'm doing 99% of the entire thing. I've been to a few funerals in my life, and as people, we always look at another job, right? A position, and we're like, oh, that's easy because you're not doing it, but you don't know all the work. I've talked to a lot of brokers that have told me what they go through and the stress that they go through. I'm aware. I know that they go through a lot, but they have not earned what a small carrier or an owner operator needs to operate. The shadiness of what they're taking off the top. They're taking all the icing and they're not leaving some of them, a lot of them, not all. There's great brokers out there, bro. I know many great brokers that are fair. They're fair. They're fair to the shipper. They're fair to themselves, and then they're fair to the small carrier or the owner operator. So, or they're fair on the load board. They don't take everything for themselves. So that's what we're trying to do here is just get people to, do the right thing for you. You don't have to have it all. You can share a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. You're not.
That's how and then you're gonna grow.
Yes.
Like that, be successful.
If you share with other people, if you make other people successful, kind of like your kids, right? You want your kids to have the best. If you love your children, you give them the best, right? You want them to have the best. I'm proud that I hardly do anything for myself. And bro, 99.9% of my personal money goes straight to the family. And I'm okay with that. I made the decision to have them. I made the decision to make a commitment to a woman through marriage. So that is now my responsibility. There's no backing out of the contract. So, but to each their own, we all got to sleep at night or not sleep at night. So I don't judge anybody for what they're doing. I would like to see us all win, man. And I know we can. I know we can all win if we unite, come together. We did 250 years ago and we can do it again, but with technology. But with today's time, we can do it, man. We can all have the great middle class American life. Like this 50-year mortgage Donald Trump just did, that's crazy to me. Younger folks are like, wow, I can actually buy a house now. No, you just lost 20 years of your life. Now for that $500,000 house, instead of spending 700,000, you just spent 1.1 million for that $500,000 house over 50 years. Look at the math, read your contract, be a critical thinker, do the research. That's all. Sorry, I kind of went on a little tip
Amen
there.
for that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in, brother. We're gonna end the live. So, any last words, Morocco, or no, Macro? How do you say your name, brother? How do you say it?
Mokro.
How do you say it?
Mokro.
Mokro.
Mo?
Mokro.
Yeah, Mokro.
All right. Cool. Right on, brother.
Coming up here, man. You know, have a conversation with you guys. You guys are cool. I know we might have some, you know, different opinions and things, but at the end of the day, we're all in the same industry. We're all trying to feed our family and work hard and pay our taxes.
That's right.
And staying away from shitty carriers and shitty brokers. You know,
City drivers. You know. Yeah.
sure.
And not give our taxes to other countries until we're doing okay. At the bare minimum, I would love to see us okay. You know.
Well, we're never gonna be okay. I'm gonna tell you this. America needs a lot of missing a lot of needs because I'm gonna get off topic a little bit. I don't want to be in politics. I don't want to talk about politics, but most of our money and taxes is going in the Middle East. Is going and is going to Israel and is going all those places. You know, we should
It's not
be
real.
worried about you know what I mean.
I
That's
do.
how it is.
Yeah, I do. People need to focus more on what you just said too.
Are you with Super Ego? Man, I never work with Super Ego.
Yeah, crazy. All right, we'll have to get into that topic Tuesday if you come in. We can get more into that topic, bro, because it's wild where our money goes. It's wild. Yeah. Anyways,
And to be honest, I might say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like work with anybody if he's not U.S. citizen. And I actually, what I do is I send an email and get on the phone with me, and I would like you to read me this letter. You know, I want to know that your English is perfect for me to trust you, give you a load that's gonna be worth 100 grand, and if a cop pulled you over and things like that.
I love it. I love it, brother.
That's it.
Thanks for coming in. All
Take care,
right.
guys.
Yep. Have a
Take
great night.
Take care, guys. Bye.
All right. So Ryan, what are you saying, brother? Any last words? And also, I just want to commend you and thank you for not just coming up here, but all the hard work you're doing for all of us. It's beautiful. It's beautiful what you're doing. I'm really proud of you and I'm thankful everything that you're doing. So let everybody know how they can help you, where to go and how they can help you.
If you have an hive, go to Trucker Memes on Facebook. It is a yellow background with a little kitty cat logo. And go scroll through some of the posts, and there is a invitation. There's a me publicly sharing the link to join the Facebook group. And if you're in that beta group, cool, great. The link to download and get access to the app is there. It should be free right now. I've taken away all the paywall stuff and all that fun stuff. And try to break it. Report, ask questions. If you've gotten a ticket or a citation, or if you know somebody who could use this app, by all means, please bring them in. Because I will be, once we hit our 500 threshold, then I'll be far more active and get people, we'll maybe even do live streams there and, make it fun and educational.
Definitely. Totally. All right. Cool. Well, you heard everybody. Go follow Ryan here. And if you want, this is how we have to say it, Ryan. We can't ever directly tell someone to go somewhere, which you didn't just do. But we can say, if you want to go check out Trucking Memes on Facebook, it's a great site. It's funny. I don't know if you noticed, I've been commenting on a lot of your stuff to support you. And it is a lot of funny stuff, by the way. You've done a good job. But Trucking the USA Today on Facebook is also great. WeTheTruckers.com is a great site for trucking advocates. We've had to learn how to say these things without getting in trouble. They'll just shut down the live. It sucks. So, I'm willing to go live for anybody. We stream on 4 different platforms at the same time. So, Facebook's hard though. Facebook is really hard to grow, and Instagram's even harder, bro. I don't know if you're on Instagram also with the same one on Facebook, but it's hard to get. You have to get 10,000 to go live.
Oh yeah, no, we're under 10,000 on the Instagram page. I don't give any other source the love that I do on Facebook, unfortunately.
Right. Right. It's all good, man. What I've learned is hire, really popular platform content creators have told me. I learned this at MATTS. I met Robert Murphy. I met Alex Mother Trucker, Ike with Bonehead Trucker, We the Truckers, Jane and Mike. They all told me that to grow, I totally lost my frame of mind. To grow is really hard, and yeah, I just totally forgot my frame of mind. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming in, Ryan. Keep up the good work, and thanks for everything you're doing.
I got you guys. I'll see you next time.
Tuesday. Tuesday.
What's it? Yeah, Tuesday 10 a.m. We'll be here, Ryan. All right. If you want to come in.
Cheers, guys.
All right. See you later. Let's see. All right, Sean. Any last words, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta have to say those.
No.
I just want to go over, that. I think we got an hour left. If you guys haven't did your comment on the FMCSA website about the triangles, please do so. It's important that people hear our voice in this industry, and show them that we can unite together. Those commenting section, everybody says that we're not uniting. That is how we unite. That is us uniting. We're all saying, hey, we disagree with this, and don't be putting safety, money over safety, right? And this is how we feel that is happening. They're saying, hey, we're going to give them this exemption, or we're asking for this exemption to put profits over safety and lives. And as truck drivers, we are the eyes and we are the heroes of every person amongst us, in this. And when I say industry, that's us. But the whole country itself is all relying on truck drivers to keep these roads safe and keep these highways at their top. So, again, if you haven't done that, please just jump over there. If you need to, I can send you a link. Just send me a message on here. We can get your comment in there, walk you through it, and get you the steps. And I also want to thank you, Vince, for doing what you're doing, dedicating your time, putting your family life on the back burner to help fix the industry. We don't hear it enough. Guys are all like, "Hey, these guys are doing this." And it's like, man, if you only knew what was going behind, the scenes of what's going on in both of our lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
We care about truck drivers. We care about this industry. We care about keeping it safe out there for all of us. And we're ready to put the suits and ties on and get everybody else to suit and tie with us, and let's get this industry cleaned up, and let's get it fixed. Let's build a system that's going to last for another 100 years. So, and we got to put our time in, right? We're volunteering it. A lot of people don't understand that you don't get paid for advocacy. You get paid by rewards of having something fixed, and we're building training videos. Feel free. We'll have some training videos to educate how to be one, how to be proper about it. You can see there's some other lives that people say they're advocates, but advocates don't yell, scream, and cuss at each other. They debate properly mannered, and they listen. Advocating, 90% of it is listening, 10% talking. So these are the things that we want to educate. Like, there's good people out there that can do some advocate work. It's just they need that training, and there's none of it out there. Like, if you look on YouTube right now today, how to be an advocate for trucking, you're not gonna find nothing. It's blank. But hopefully after this next week, you're gonna actually be able to find that information. So we're gonna definitely get it.
Yeah.
And I want to thank every single person that has commented. Right, if I put your comment in there on the FMCSA web, thank you from my family to yours. That you are standing up for this industry and willing to take that extra leap and put your feet on the ground and get them comments in. A lot of people didn't understand that, but what that was showing was the sign that we can come there. All them comments that we put on there. People say we can't agree on coffee and we can't agree on this, but one thing we can agree is our system has failed and it's time to fix it. Let's put that work in. Let's keep our sleeves rolled up. You're going to be seeing a lot of change coming up here pretty soon. We're going to start trying to putting that framework into actually how do we fix the system? Who do we put where? Maybe stronger over here. You might be weaker here. We're going to one by one build a team that will be unstoppable to get this industry fixed. So I want to thank you guys for that. I'm glad there's people out here that actually care, about our industry. And like I said, my nephew wants to be a truck driver. And that's why I'm fighting. I mean, like we have to fix it for everybody that's coming up. Not us. Our system's broken, but we can definitely repair it, put them changes together, and fix it for the next generation coming in. And that's what our forefathers did for us, right? There was some messed up stuff when the government said, "Hey, you know what? We're going to put ELDs in here." Most of them dropped off. Like that was their end, and they said, "Hey, you know what? We're done. We're going to hang up the keys." And I wish they would have got together and they would have stuck it out harder. But technologies came right. Like Matt was saying, most social media is our new CB radios. We can get that information out there, and then you guys listen. So it's great. We care about you guys. There's one thing you'll never hear in here is we're here to argue a bad name or call you bad names, and that's respectful. And we just got to get that across these platforms to show them, hey, maybe you're doing it wrong, or and get those educations in there. We plan on trying to educate drivers and carriers or small carriers on a system that you can actually provide and make a living off of. But we got to get the tools in your guys' hand, the education in your hands, and we know that it takes a lot of work. Lots of work, volunteering to put these systems in place. So, guys, you guys have a wonderful night. Stay strong, stay safe out there, safe travels. And always remember, always open up the door for somebody coming into the truck stop. Say hello. So tell thanks and get people's eyes opened up.
Yeah. Well said, Sean. And thank you so much for what you do, Sean. Right now, Sean is celebrating one of their children's, well, they're not children, they're young adults. They're celebrating a graduation. Yeah, yeah. Two kids celebrations. So yeah, we all have lives, we all have things to do. People are getting married, people are passing away, people are in the hospital, like all kinds of things are going on. But one thing's for sure, we have a fractured system, and it's so important that you find your gift and you just encourage yourself to get out there and do something with it. Like God did not put you on this earth or the universe, whatever you believe in, your God or just the universe, space dust itself. We're made of space dust, literally, right? You're not breathing for no reason. There's a reason you're here, whether we get reincarnated or not, or whatever you believe in. There is a gift inside of you. There's a strong advocate, a critical thinker, a person that wants facts over feelings, right? There's too many feelings in the United States right now, right? It's great. That's great to have feelings, but that's more like, when you're at work, those are the facts. And when you're at home, in your pajamas watching Netflix, those are feelings, right? It's two different things. You can't be relaxed at work with feelings, and you're not going to be at home with facts, right? It's two different things. So thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We're here for you. If you don't know what your gift is, DM us. We'll help you find your gift just based off what you say and what your passions are. Come up here, get in a box, talk to us. Every single live that we do, we do these for all of us. So please follow everybody that you align to, that you like, even the ones that you don't agree with everything. They still are powerful. Everybody is powerful in their own skin when you actually act like yourself and you don't try to pretend to be somebody you're not, because it doesn't work, right? Especially with truck drivers, we see right through everything. So yeah, go check out Trucking Memes if you want on Facebook. Ryan, Trucking the USA Today is another great one with facts, statistics, calling out corruption, like the facts that there are out there, trying to make our country better again. WeTheTruckers.com, another great site for trucking advocates that you might align with. Here at Truckers Unite Now, we're streaming live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Every Tuesday morning, we are live permanent for you guys until you can change it. Every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. and every Pacific Standard Time, and every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll dial those anywhere you guys want them. It doesn't have to be any particular time we want. but please go follow each other, go support other lives. The biggest way you can support a content creator, because that's what social media is all about. It's not just to doom scroll. What social media is designed for is building communities. So we're trying to build a better life for Americans and truck drivers and their families here, right? That's what we're trying to do. But there are all kinds of sites that, like Trucking the USA Today, that's more about facts and corruption and yeah, that kind of thing. Here is Unity. Trucking Memes is laughing and other facts. We the Truckers is more about advocates. But when you watch an entire video through, that helps the content creator get it gets that video pushed into something else, into the FYP. So even if the video is boring, I'm not talking about my videos, other videos, if they align with how you think, watch the video all the way through. That's what I do, so that that video gets pushed out in the FYP. More people will literally see that video come across their scrolling if you watch it longer, if you like, if you comment, if you share it, if you do all the things on the side right here for TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, X, you know what to do. It's pretty much the same on those platforms. Like, share, comment, watch the whole video. Again, thank you so much for watching. All your energy, your life is so important. The fact that you're spending your time here, we thank you. God bless you. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 through 14 says this: be on your guard, stand still in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. A truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the truck law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Until we see you guys again, we hope to see you Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys later.